Hello, Ocholi Okutepa is my name. This is the show where I have Bible answers to every relationship question. All right, so somebody asked me this question recently. I was teaching somewhere that how do you cope with the fact that girls these days like money? And the guy may not have money to take care of a girl. And it was such an agitated point that the gentleman was concerned. And what happened was I saw the reaction from the people in the crowd that seemed to say, yeah, that's it. That's the problem we're having. And I just smiled. Because when I looked at those gentlemen, I just realized that they do not exactly appreciate or know what it takes to have a woman. The first thing you must know is that a woman wants a man. That's a normal woman. All right, some people are out there to trade so they don't fall within the context of this conversation. While I admit that relationship takes money to be able to execute it or to have it, all right, the thing I said to them first, which is the first point I'll make to you, is if you do not have sense, all right, or wisdom, the lack of money becomes a disadvantage. And I explained to them, I asked my wife out as a 300 level student in the university. All right, we got married 2 months after my national youth service, which is your compulsory service after you're done with school in Nigeria. All right, so I said to them, it took certain degree of wisdom to be able to maintain the relationship as a low-cost relationship and to bring the relationship where it is. Now, the first thing a lot of people do not offer is that they do not offer a sensible man. All right, because one of the things you do is that you use wisdom to make up for your lack of finances. So you have people who come to a lady and are lost, for instance, for casting a vision, and are lost for bringing any other value other than the value that only money brings. All right, and one of the examples he used for me, which I had to speak about, was the example of ladies like to be taken out. So I began to give an example. For instance, there are so many low-cost places that are intensively romantic. All right, I gave the example of a park in Abuja where we are, Millennium Park, where you rent a mat for, I think, 200 naira. That's under $1. That's under, half a pound. And I'm like, sometimes people don't even have who they connect with. I gave another example. I'm like, what if you made a special meal and took it out with her on a picnic? This is not as it were, cost intensive. This is to say that you show the care, you show the concern, you show the intention to go out. And nobody is so broke that 12 calendar months of a year, they are not able to do something special. So what do? You use your wisdom to compensate for your finances. The next thing you do, there's no lady that can withstand a man who is promising and makes promises. There's no lady that can withstand a man who is promising and makes promises. In essence, she can look at your life, she sees you're working diligently, she sees you're working dutifully, she sees you are not lazy, she sees you are making effort in life, then you are also making promises to her. I remember when I was telling my wife, and I told her this several times, in our dating, in our courtship phase, that I'll fly around the world, that she'll have breakfast in Paris, lunch in London, and cap it up with a Nigerian fufu dinner. I'm telling you, we've not touched some of those things yet, but we've tried. I've taken my wife to a couple of nations of the earth, just fulfilling my assignment. Back then, it didn't look like it. May I confess to you, I didn't have my first international passport until we were married for a couple of years. In fact, my son and my wife left this country before I did. But that doesn't stop my destiny. She saw that I was promising, and I made promises. All right, because what makes your promises valid is the promising nature of the life you live. So for a lot of people, money is not your problem. The problem is that your life is not promising enough for the lady to trust you. All right, then number 3, you must be strategic. A lot of guys are not strategic at all. You just want to date a lady, dating her to wear. You want us to go out to wear. All right, the lady sees that your life is not promising. The lady sees that you actually don't have a definition. I was a university student asking my wife out and making a promise of the potential period we will marry. I was very clear as to my plan. I was very clear as to my purpose. She looked at me as a believer who was serving the Lord and who was faithful to the Lord, and she was scared I may perhaps want to be a pastor. I had to explain to her what I understood about me. I had to explain to her how I appreciated, my journey, how I was going to be a lawyer, how I was going to serve the Lord. And that's what I still do. All right, so it's so important to be definite, because if you are not definite, you cannot be strategic. So I could make conversation to her that was strategic in nature. I was able to display and demonstrate to her what I thought about myself, where I thought she could fit in, how I thought she could fit in, how I thought we could take the journey, what the plans were, what my timelines were. I factored it, even delay, I factored it in. How this may happen at so and so time, and how we may make adjustment this way. So a lot of guys do not offer any strategic promise. There's nothing about it. They just want to date you. And that's what actually leads to abusing relationships, where people are together and lost for what to do. Number 4, if you're strategic, there will always be something to do in the relationship. Some people are complaining that they don't know what to do with their courtship when they are reading no books. Some people are complaining they don't know what to do with their courtship when they have not attended certain specific programs together. There's so much to do in the Word. Like, we mentor a lot of people. And I love when some of my mentees come to me and they say some amazing things. I know some of my guys, for instance, I won't mention their names. They spend a lot of time reading together. Why do you have social media, WhatsApp calls, or whatever way you keep in touch, especially if you have a little distance between you? They have been knocking books out. So some people are looking for what to discuss. These guys have too much to discuss. You take a chapter of a book, you read it on the call. You discuss it on the call. It keeps the relationship so purposeful. But you see a lot of people, why are you under pressure to perform? You're under pressure to perform because value is not going into the relationship. It's just about where I took you, where I didn't take you. That's why people get married and become disappointed. Because when you are done rolling around all the eateries in Nigeria, seeing all the movies, those things are good. You are now married, and what you are dealing with is washing toilets, having babies, cooking food, cooking lunch, cooking dinner. Then your life just comes back to, we don't connect. Why? Life is not always going to be about the jamboree, and marriage is not about circles. It's not a circus where you just get entertained. All right, so you learn to share value. So a lot of guys are not even potential leaders that the lady can trust. So the only thing she can take from you is outing. That's why it looks like your money problem is a problem, because all you can offer is an outing. All right, offer a wholesome life. Attend concerts, do a movie, read a book, spend time discussing. Walk in a garden where all you have is popcorn or, just snacks. Walk there, connect, talk, drop the phones, relate. A lot of people don't know these things. I'm going to stop here for today, but here's the deal. If you want to send in your questions, our email will be right on this video. This is the show where I have Bible answers to every relationship question you may ask me, but you didn't give any Bible in this one. Everything I said is based on the word of the Lord. Why do I say so? Wisdom is profitable to direct, the word of God says. So if you have wisdom, let me say this to you. Wisdom will, number 1, cover up for where you don't have money. 2, wisdom will make you have money. 3, wisdom will make you use money the right way. That's the journey a lot of young men will have to take with young ladies. So, once again, Bible answers to every relationship question. Wisdom is profitable direct. Ocholi Okutepa is my name. God bless you.